Hey, how y'all doing, my friends? It's Jeffrey once again. I got the camera and experimental angle once again. See a little bit of my movies I did when I talk about a movie. And there's a movie that's in my mom's collection. It's the 2007 Adam Green movie, Hatchet. Now, I seen this movie a long time ago, and I didn't remember it. And the reason I revisited this again is because as I'm talking to you all right now, I'm in the process. I'm on stage view buffing out because the sequel had just came out on Tuesday. I believe if I'm recording this, it is February 3rd. But this came out. The sequel came out February 2nd, and of course Matt was able to get a peek at the film and everything like that. Told me some things about it, so told me some interesting things about it. How it's a bit of a step up from this movie. But as I'm recording this, I have not seen Hatchet 2 yet, but it's on stage view. It's being buffed out as I'm recording this. That'll probably be the thing I see as soon as I finish recording this and eat my food. And the movie is the first time movie at the time for writer-director Adam Green. Of course, stars Kane Hodder, the most popular Jason of the Friday 13 movies. And the effects are done by, of course, John Carl Buechler, the guy who did the effects for one of my favorite Friday 13 movies, Friday 13 Part 7. The MPA raped his film, but they didn't do it to this movie, though. And this was a big independent film that came out in 2007 that it got this title, Old School American Horror. Now, basically, the movie is about, this character named Victor Crawley, who was born deformed, and he lived in Louisiana in the swamps in the bayou with his father, who's played by Kane Hodder as well. And of course, pretty much the typical story where he was born deformed, his father looked after him, and one night these kids from the town came in and threw some fireworks into the house to try to taunt Victor to come out. And the house caught fire. The kids ran away in mass. We don't see who they are. His father, Kane Hodder, takes the hatchet and just breaks through the door. But since Victor's face is too close to the door, he accidentally gets Victor in the face, believing that he's killed his own son. Becomes a recluse, and his father dies. And then we're introduced to very nothing characters I've ever seen in a slasher movie in my life. I know Adam Green is a big fanboy of course, Friday 13 Part 4, the final chapter, but he did not take any notes from that movie at all. Maybe on getting John Carl Buechler and Kane Hodder there, fine, but how to make likable characters, he didn't do that. I mean, basically, you have that guy Joel Moore from Grandma's Boy, and of course everybody knows him, and Avatar and stuff. Not a very good actor, Doesn't have any fighting spirit in him whatsoever. Too pussified, in my humble opinion. You got his friend, the token black guy, Dion Richmond, who he's capable. I remember watching him in this movie he did a while back called Tripping, and of course he was on Sister Sister from the WB when that show used to be on. When he was a little kid, he used to be on the Cosby Show. He played that kid next door, Kenny, that used to come next door and hang out with Rudy a lot. He's alright, but he's just there for comic relief, obviously. And of course you have cameos by Robert Englund. I think, Joshua Leonard from Blair Witch Project, he's there. The movie opens up really where we see they're on a boat. Okay, they have a little funny dialogue or whatever, but it's basically typical redneck humor. Redneck humor. And they're going gator hunting. And Robert Englund is good for what he has to do. But then, of course, they meet the demise. Robert Englund dies off camera, and Joshua Leonard gets pulled apart. And an interesting opening song, which I didn't mind that much. And we're introduced to these characters, Ben and Marcus. Of course, Ben is Joel Moore and Marcus Dion Richmond. They're at Mardi Gras. And Dion Richmond's character, Marcus, is having a good time. Titties all over the place and everything like that. Come on, it's Mardi Gras in Louisiana. And, And Joel Moore is being a fucking bitch, talking about my girlfriend left me. I don't want to be around these titties and ass. I'm like, what? Why not? Your woman left you. Wouldn't you want to be surrounded by titties and ass? Or if not, stay home, watch some DVDs or something. But he tries to go. They drag him out there. Marty gotta have a good time, and he's fucking up the mood and everything. And he decides, instead of going around titties and ass and stuff, oh, I want to go on this swamp tour, a night swamp tour. It might be fun. And, Mark is reluctant to do it. And they go see some guy named Reverend Zombie, who's Tony Todd, Candyman himself. He's got a funny cameo. I like to see him there. And, of course, then they end up going to this other guy who runs the tour because Reverend Zombie, Tony Todd's character, can't do it because he was sued. And then they go to this place there, and you see this older Caucasian guy with these two terrible actresses. Titty women, I just call them, because, okay, I know that women, they got titties, haha, but basically they're showing up in front of the camera, doing like a Girls Gone Wild type of shit. Except, I know they did it in Piranha 3D, but Piranha 3D, I think, did it a little more better. But here, it's there. Lick me, and all this other stuff, back and forth, dialogue they have each other, The blonde girl makes Kelly Bunny look like a fucking college graduate. Make a long story short, you have them, you have also this other choir girl named, I think, Mary Beth, who, she's coming on the tour, and, Joel Moore tries to flirt with her, she blows him off. Not literally, but, she doesn't want to talk to his ass. We find out she's there because the Robert Englund character, Joshua Leonard, that was her father and brother, and they are missing in the swamp, and she's going there to look for them, and she has a gun. She knows about the legend of Victor Crowley, and he had this guy who's the Asian guy who's talking with a fake Louisiana accent doing the tour. He fucks up and bangs the boat against the thing. The boat sinks, so they end up on swampland. And Victor Crowley comes out, kills the old man who's injured by an alligator, and his wife. Everybody remembers that kill where, she gets ripped, her mouth gets just ripped open. Okay. Doesn't hold back there. Where's the R rating? Well. Then you got some little bit of bullshit comedy here and there, which is forgettable. Then the girl has a gun, clips Victor Crowley once. He gets back up. Then the Caucasian guy with the camera, he wanders off the wrong way. He gets his head twisted up, but splat. Basically, the other girl dies. One of the girls that's flashing for the camera, she dies. Gets a sander to her mouth. She starts bleeding slowly. And then gets impaled because there's a shovel on the floor pointed up. She gets impaled by that. Good, interesting kills, practical effects. But once again, that doesn't save a film sometimes. Then basically the movie ends where, which I don't understand how you get room for a sequel if it ended like this. I mean, I haven't seen the second film yet. In which they're on a boat together. You got Joel Moore. Of course, he has to survive. And the girl on the boat, she's crying. He's, in pain. And Victor Crowley knocks her off the boat. She falls into some underwater twigs there. And he's trying to get her. Then she sees a hand in the water. She figures it's him. And actually, it's the severed hand. I hear something. 1 second. That was quick. Hey, don't mind me, folks. Sorry, my food came in. I didn't think the guy was gonna come that fast. It's Spanish food I got here to eat, but I'll keep it short. So basically, the movie it's not that long. I disagree. Like when people hype it up to be like, oh, it's a good throwback to slasher films. Nah, not really, because, Adam Green, come here a minute. Come here a minute, Adam Green. Rob Zombie, back in 2007, beat you to it. Sorry. He did. Granted, the characters are not trailer park, dialogue like you hear, in 2007's Halloween movie and everything like that. I mean, the movie doesn't deserve the hype to be called old school American horror, to be honest. I mean, believe me, he did not take any notes from Friday the 13th Part 4 from what I understand of this movie. The movie is very forgettable. I mean, do I hate the film? No. Do I love it? No. I mean, it's there. I mean, I can put some chips in, watch it here and there, but, I don't believe the hype it gets. Oh, it's the best, and this and that and this. Bullshit. You want to see a good throwback to a slasher film? Look at Friday 13 reboot. That's miles better. At least that's Jason, Not as good as he Kane Hodder doing some kills. John Carpenter's effects that was not being fucked with. But, you gotta write some likable characters, Adam Green. It's ridiculous. I heard he did a big improvement with Frozen, which I probably would check out maybe sometime down the line. But for now, I'll stick with this. For now, I'll review the next film, the sequel, which I heard is an improvement from this movie, at least a little bit. And it ends basically where she's being picked up. Victor Crowley looks, she's screaming, and you see Joel Moore's severed arm, and then goes to black, and the movie's finished. It's looks like there's more movie left. So Adam Green doesn't know how to do an ending, in my humble opinion. He made a big giant hole for sequel bait and stuff. Oh, it's a throwback to the Friday 13 films. Nah, not really. Sorry, I disagree. Friday 13 films had their characters, but they had charm to them. They had likability. Even people in Part 5, and 6 and 7. And the first one, second one, even the third one. Of course, the fourth one's, right there. Jason Goes to Hell, Jason X. But it's just ridiculous. I don't believe this title. I find this very overrated. But now, rating for the film, I will give it pretty much a 4 out of 10, because it's there. But I don't feel it deserves this title, honestly. Old school American horror. I don't feel it deserves that title. I think it's overrated. But for the practical kills and gore, it's there. I mean, Adam Green looks like he knows what he made. But I don't feel he deserves all that hype he got for this film, to be honest. It's there, and I'll leave it at that. 4 out of 10 is the rating for the film. And I don't know. Yeah, you guys probably know the movie sucks either way, but it's for what it is. It's got decent special effects. The villain ain't that appealing to me. Maybe that's what it is. I've seen this before. I know there's a movie Matt told me about, which I really do want to see. I heard that's way better than this movie. It's a movie called Madman. It has a theme song, Madman Mars, stuff like that from the 80s. I would love to see that movie. I've seen clips of it, but I don't know where I can find a movie to watch. But anyway, folks, thank you for tuning in, and stay tuned for me to review. I will be reviewing the sequel, Hatchet 2, and you hear my thoughts about that one in a little while. Okay, right now I'm going to go eat my dinner, then check out Hatchet 2, alright? So thank you all for watching. The rating, once again, is 4 out of 10. Later.